we are good, guys. Sorry about that. I realized, one, for the second stream in a row, I forgot to share it on Twitter, and also I forgot to put in my grade for the show. So that's why the whole please stay tuned thing, well, stay tunes. I only realized that now that I have an error in that. I gotta fix that at some point, but not on the top of my thing on my list right now. But I'm all set. I'm all good now. Good morning, guys. What is going on? This is the Club of the Man 1993. Happy Sunday, and we are live to review this past week's episode of Smackdown. The May 14th, 2021 edition of Smackdown took place at the WWE Thunderdome and at the Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida. This was the go-home show to WrestleMania Backlash. I'm sorry, WrestleMania Backlash. Yes, that's right. I said WrestleMania because, that's not going to be... Well, we'll talk about that show in the second show I'm going to do today, within the next hour or two. But I'm going to talk about SmackDown, and I'm going to be frank with you all here. I'm not sure when the next time is going to be when I'm going to be able to watch SmackDown, live when it's on. My schedule's getting very busy in the next several weeks, especially my Saturdays. And my Saturdays, my days I go, I try to go see friends and everything. Check out my girlfriend, do a bunch of other stuff. But obviously, there's a lot. Summer's coming. There's a lot more things happening that I want to do, and this is where I really continue to say that for doing live reviews, Friday's just not a good time for me to watch a wrestling show right now. So, obviously, the SmackDown reviews may be more so based off of what my Raw reviews are. More so the highlights. But I try, when I just watch highlights, if it's a show that I feel like I should give a damn about, I feel like I can actually, talk about it. This was one of those shows that, watching at the highlights, on paper first, I'm like, it looked a little bit like a repeat from last week. But this week's show, I was just like, I could probably talk about this one a little bit more. I could say this was a solid addition, a solid effort from the Blue brand this week for the go-home show for WrestleMania Backlash. So, for a while now, I know I'm literally, like, at Raw reviews, literally, I don't give a damn about Raw. Right now, I could give one less shit about Raw. Those are just going to be just recaps, and, this is what happened, whatever. The other shows, NXT is hit and miss. AEW is doing really good, of course. Again, I really like this past week's episode of Dynamite. SmackDown, again, is my second favorite show, I'd say, right now. But unfortunately, my schedule, it's a show that I'm probably not going to be able to be consistently watch on Friday nights when it happens for a while. Because of my schedule and everything else I have going on. Because, again, I'm busy anymore, guys. So, I'll talk about this episode of SmackDown. And like I said, looking at the highlights, again, at first on paper, I was like, this looks very similar to what we got last week. But then after I watched a couple things, I was just like, I don't know, maybe not quite. I actually kind of like this episode. I wouldn't say I loved it, but I was just like, I thought it was solid. I thought it was very solid. Obviously, the stuff with Roman Reigns and Cesaro and the Usos, is still, the highlight of my week. The Aleister Black vignettes still had me intrigued, but I'm still playing it safe with that one. And some other few little fresh things, it was a solid episode. I'll give it a solid effort from the Blue brand this week. So we're going to review this show. I'll take a brief breather. Wow, I completely flip-flopped the THs and the Fs there. A brief breather. There we go. Freshen up and everything. Come back here and then do my WrestleMania Backlash preview and predictions. So, let's move forward. Let's start off and see what we got here. What's up, Mark? Thanks for joining me live. Again, not too bad. Just got a good night's sleep last night for the first time in a week. But yeah, and of course tonight I'm excited also because when my friends come over to watch WrestleMania Backlash, I'm going to be ordering my Nintendo Switch. And he says, I wonder whose side Jimmy is on. We'll talk about that, of course, in my WrestleMania Backlash predictions. But let's roll in. Because I'm no one's bitch. Yeah, that's right. That's just a preview to to the shirt that we got. To Jimmy Uso's new shirt. But yeah, let's roll in and talk about this show. So we opened up with an in-ring promo with Jey Uso introducing Roman Reigns. And, obviously, still being, Roman's, hype man and his hype man and just, everything else, in between and so forth. Hypes up, of course, Roman's match for Sunday, and addressing Cesaro. He's also noting that fans and Fox don't want Cesaro in Roman's spot. And they also gloat about Cesaro has never had a world title shot. That is a lie. Well, he's never had a one-on-one world title shot. Again, the only world title shot I ever remember Cesaro getting was Elimination Chamber 2014. I feel like maybe also at Money in the Bank 2014. I can't remember if he was in the ladder match or for the contract, or if he was in the ladder match for the title. One of the two. I can't remember which one it was. But Cesaro's had very, very, very minimal shots for the world title. But this is the first time in his career he's getting a one-on-one shot for the world title. And Roman Reigns, on the other hand, he's like, Paul, how many have I had? And apparently, Roman Reigns has had 39 world title shots in his career. Or world title matches. Which is, I think, more than, not even close to being. Here's the thing. Roman Reigns was like the biggest polarized figure. He gets too many opportunities, this and that. 39 title matches. Compared to, what? Wasn't Charlotte Flair at one point 66 or something like that? I think Charlotte's got him beat on that one right there. Plus, too, though, they've actually finally done right with Roman. Well, okay, they've done right with Charlotte, too, but it still feels like too much with Charlotte Flair. But anyway, so he gloats about that. But then out came Jimmy Uso, who comes out as Roman wants to talk with him. And Jimmy Uso is wearing a shirt that says, nobody's bitch on it. He tells Jey Uso that he's become Roman Reigns' bitch. And he also mentions how he doesn't think that Roman Reigns will make it past Cesaro on Sunday. And then Jay's like, Oos, give some respect here. And then Jimmy also goes to some things where it's like, why can't it be us, Oos? Why can't it be me? Why can't I be the head of the table? Why can't we be, the ones? And then Roman just goes off on Jimmy, addressing him how, he's the head of the table. He puts the food on the plate. He does this, and that. Basically the same stuff he kept telling Jay from this past fall. Obviously, now Jimmy is getting hit with that stuff. So Roman was just like, you know what? You think you can do it? You think you can do it? You think you can do my job? You think you can put the title on the line? You think you can handle the responsibility that I can handle? Well, you challenge Cesaro to a match then tonight. You challenge him, and when you do, you better do your part. So then Jimmy's like, all right. He turns around, challenges Cesaro to a match. Cesaro comes out and accepts. And that's the main event for the show. It wasn't Cesaro versus main event Jey Uso. It's Cesaro versus wannabe main event Jimmy Uso. Wannabe main event I'm no one's bitch Jimmy Uso. So yeah, good opening promo there. Again, the stuff with Roman and the Usos, it's just great. And of course, just a simple story of Cesaro, simply just getting the opportunity that we've all wanted. And it's just great. It's the simple storytelling there. Again, this storytelling is even better than Bryan and Roman. Like I said, Bryan and Reigns What just drove me nuts was the fact that they didn't dig into the history with Reigns and Bryan. Like that just still bothered me to death. How their matches were good. They were good. I mean, their weakest, I'd still say, was the match on SmackDown. Because like I said, that one, for a career versus title match, that one just felt like it was missing that one little spark that you want to have. Like, again, like, it had that big feel of like, oh my god, I gotta win or else thing this past week whenever it had SCU versus the Young Bucks on Dynamite, because, the story is, again, if SCU lost one more time, they'd break up as a tag team. But, this I'm actually, again, have enjoyed the storytelling with Roman and Cesaro much more than Roman and Bryan. Like I said, Roman and Bryan, did their business. Like I said, I just didn't like how they just completely ignored the history between those two. Like, that could have been some really gold shit right there. But yeah. So, obviously, we have more from them to come later in the show. We had a women's tag title match. I didn't watch this. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax against Natalya and Tamina. And Natalya and Tamina won. I'm sorry. I know. Apparently afterwards they had Natalya and Tamina cut some babyface type speech, even though I thought they were both heels as well. Like, is there really anyone who wants to cheer Tamina right now? I mean, personally, I have no interest in Tamina. I like Natty, but like I've always said, I've never liked Natty as a heel. I just feel like Natty is more fit to be a babyface, as I always said. But apparently, again, because it was the first time Tamina's ever won a championship in WWE, which, congratulations to her. I'm not going to ever knock someone for winning a title, but I just can't get behind her. I can't. And again, these women's tag titles, I don't give a crap about. Like, who's they're going to defend them against next? Who's going to be the next big hurrah or the next big random tag team? Also, does this mean can we finally get Shayna Baszler as far away from Nia Jax as possible? Please stop having Shayna Baszler be Nia Jax's stooge. At least, though, for what I saw in the top 10 highlight, the top 10 video on YouTube, at least they had Nia Jax be the one to take the pin. I saw that, I'm like, okay, thank you for at least having Nia Jax eat the pin, but at this point, though, is it too late to really, say, that matters? Because Shayna ate so many pins for Nia, it wasn't even funny. But please get those two as far away from each other as possible. Please. That's all I ask. Is that too much? Oh, I know. I'm sorry. It could be too much because it took them 10 years to give Cesaro a one-on-one title opportunity. But yeah, Natty and Tamina are now women's tag champions. Cool. We have Paul Heyman cutting a promo with Kayla Braxton how Romans can and will defeat Cesaro. We also have a segment also with Apollo Crews presenting Commander Aziz with the Nigerian Medal of Honor. And then he's interrupted by Big E, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens, who came out basically stating that their claims that, they're still in the hunt, basically, and there's a big brawl. And it sets up for that fatal four-way that they teased a couple weeks ago, but they're not doing it until SmackDown next week. And I'm thinking, there is only 6 matches. Well, last I checked, I'll double check before I do my preview predictions. There is only 6 matches on this card for WrestleMania Backlash. That could have been a pretty good match for WrestleMania Backlash. It's a fresh match with like 4, fresh opponents. Apollo Crews, Big E, Sami Zayn, and Kevin Owens. That could be a pretty darn good pay-per-view match. Like, I don't know why it's being left off pay-per-view, but guess I need something for SmackDown, so whatever, we're going to get that next week on SmackDown, the Fatal 4-Way for the IC title, but yeah, I would have rather seen that one on a pay-per-view. That's pay-per-view worthy. We have Rey Mysterio beat Dolph Ziggler because it hyped up that tag match we're having tonight with the Dirty Dogs and the Mysterios, and then we have a segment with Bianca Belair coming out to the ring, being interviewed by Michael Cole until Bayley interrupts via satellite. They just argue back and forth, and then Bayley's just been doing nothing but laughing at Bianca, basically, saying she's going to steal her moment away. She's trying to, hit her in the face with the reality of, they may love you right now, but they'll eventually turn on you, basically, obviously, when she got everything she wanted, it fell apart for her, once she lost it, all this and that. Just trying to get in Bianca's head. And then Bianca's, I'm like, you're just upset because, you got embarrassed at WrestleMania, this and that, and all that jazz. And, Bayley's, stared down with her. It was like, Literally the only reason why I picked that as a thumbnail is I thought Bayley stared down was hysterical. But, we have that match happening on Sunday. Shinsuke Nakamura took on Cesaro, on King Corbin. He lost to Corbin, but afterwards, Nakamura took out Corbin and put Corbin's crown on. So, is this a comedy gag where they kind of... I don't know, when I saw that, I instantly thought back to Battleground 2015, whenever they had that pre-show match with the crown on the line. It was King Barrett, Wade Barrett, Bad News Barrett, whatever you want to call him, versus R-Truth, who's calling himself King What's Up, and he had a plunger as a trough. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh gosh, so tell me they're going to do some goofy comedy act with that. But our question is, why is Corbin still King Corbin? I thought King Reign was only for a year. Can we take that gimmick off him, please? Please. Apollo Crews had a backstage segment where he's complaining about his ceremony being interrupted. And that's actually where Pierce did confirm that he'll defend his IC title in a Fatal 4-Way. We had another creepy vignette from Aleister Black. They didn't have him on the show last week, but I guess he has a vignette basically talking about, the lesson. It came across more heelish. So to me, I feel like, this is definitely more of Aleister's, once he gets back into the ring, it's going to be a heel character. Like I keep saying, these vignettes, other than take away the glasses, I'm sorry. I don't know if Aleister in real life does wear glasses or anything, but the glasses are a little bit too hokey for me. But take that away, I still see a potential in this. Like I said when Aleister first turned heel, even when he first came to WWE, Aleister's always had that mystique to him that's like, he could easily transition between a babyface and a heel, with what he can bring to the table. And this, what they're doing with him now, it feels organic. It feels like it fits him. It's not like, again, the only time I feel like Aleister was doing something that didn't fit him is when he had turned heel last summer, when they basically just within a week cut off all of his momentum and made him do just a one-eye comedy joke. But again, I see potential in this. My thing is, though, is I keep saying is WWE actually going to, capitalize on this? As long as, Vince McMahon keeps his, gotta fix this, I don't like this, he keeps his nonsense out of this, I see potential in this. But like I said, I trust that Aleister Black can make it work. But can WWE let him make it work? That's the big question. That's the thing that's going to make it or break it on this. So, we'll see. So, we have that. And then, we had, Cesaro took on, wannabe main event, no one's bitch, Jimmy Uso, in the main event. And, it got disrupted as, I think Roman Reigns, crashed the match and defeated Cesaro. And beat down Cesaro, and Cesaro wins to the DQ. Afterwards, the Usos and Reigns go to beat him down, but then Cesaro ends up on top. He tries to take out Roman with a neutralizer, but Roman escapes. He I think he super kicked Jimmy out of the he got Jimmy out of the ring, and then he basically took Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, real bitch, and and as Roman's, it's basically the thing of like, this is gonna be used Sunday, and just like use Jay as bait, and just continue to take him out. He hit like 3 neutralizers in a row on him as Roman watched on, and that's how to turn off the air. So like I said, I think a solid effort from the Blue Brand. I like the stuff with Roman and Cesaro, stuff with Alistair, Bayley and Bianca's thing was what it was, and yeah, I thought it was, and I'm intrigued by the stuff with the Intercontinental Championship. So I gave the show a B-. Solid effort from the Blue Brand, I gotta say. So yeah, so let me check the live chat first before we go off the air right now. Congrats to Natty and Tamina. It took years, but Tamina can finally call herself a champion. That's true. He's looking forward to Double or Nothing more than WrestleMania Backlash. I think anyone is more excited about Double or Nothing than WrestleMania Backlash. I'm not really that excited for WrestleMania Backlash, but I'm still going to watch it. And do a review on it. And we'll do live reactions during Roman and Cesaro with my friends, whoever comes over. Why are they having Nakamura eat pins instead of giving him a push? Right, exactly. They teased giving him a push in that gauntlet match beginning of the year, but after that, it's like they dropped the ball with him. I don't know if it. I just doubt they're ever going to take Nakamura seriously. Cesaro is another story. We'll talk about him, of course, in my WrestleMania Backlash predictions. Not a single match interests him tonight. Like I said, only one that does, even though it's very predictable what's going to happen, Roman and Cesaro. I think it's going to be that's going to be a killer match. But we'll see how it goes. And Mark gives SmackDown a B. Okay, I gave the B-. But that's going to do it, guys. Again, I'm going to take a brief break, freshen up and everything. I'll come right back up here before I eat my lunch and do my WrestleMania Backlash preview predictions, because I have a softball game at 3:45, and then I got to pick up some food I left at my friend's house on Friday. That's going to be my dinner tonight. And then, of course, WrestleMania Backlash. But, of course, before that show starts, my friend's going to help me order my Nintendo Switch. So, possibly expect an unboxing video on that. I feel like doing an unboxing. I haven't done an unboxing video for a while because I really haven't, purchased any, wrestling merchandise in a while. I mean, I think the last one I technically did was, wait, where are they? Oh no, no. Where are they? I'll find them. Talking about my, I think they're right here. Oh, I don't know. The last big thing, I think, big reveal thing I did was when I got those, photos, that Deonna Purrazzo had autographed for me. Oh, wait, they're right here. Never mind. I'm good. Oh, just to look at them again, just for the heck of it, because, they're still pretty darn cool. See? Boom. And boom. Haven't shown them for a while. Again, thank you, Deonna. If I ever meet her in person, to get autographs, I'm definitely still going to make sure to thank you for her for those. Even though, of course, my friend Joe got them for me. And, of course, thank you, Joe, as always. Okay, anyways, I gotta shut up. Let me go keep moving, because if I don't, then I'm going to get behind. I'm going to be able to do my stream, and stuff's going to happen, and that's what always happens. Anyways, let me go freshen up. I'll come right back and do my WrestleMania Backlash preview and predictions video. So, guys, what are your thoughts on SmackDown again? Gave the B-. Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Be sure as always to slap a like on the video, subscribe more content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DeMayor93. And I'll be right back, guys. Again, it's Sunday. I'm feeling great. Well, WrestleMania Backlash on time. I have a softball game in a few hours. I'm going to nail. I'm going to buy my Nintendo Switch tonight. I'm in a good mood. Let's roll. I'll be right back for my WrestleMania Backlash predictions. Take care, everybody. Peace out, everybody.